upbeat, playful music starts and fades to background. Hey there, cat moms and cat dads! Have you ever tried to have a nice, loving, soul-gazing moment with your cat? You know the one. You stare deep into their beautiful eyes, trying to communicate your undying love and affection through the sheer power of your gaze. And what do you get in return? They either smack you in the face, hiss like a tiny demon, or just walk away with an air of utter disgust. Sound familiar? You sit there wondering, did I do something wrong? Is my cat broken? Well, the answer is no, your cat isn't broken. But you might be accidentally declaring war. Today, we're going to decode one of the biggest and most hilarious misunderstandings between humans and cats, the dreaded direct eye contact. Get ready to finally learn why your loving stare is being translated as a mortal threat. Oh, and before we start, drop the name of your fluffy little tyrant in the comments below. Before we dive in, let's get a quick reality check. Your cat, Sir Pounce-a-Lot, the same one who is afraid of cucumbers and gets stuck in grocery bags, is a predator, a tiny, adorable apex predator. Deep within his DNA are the instincts of his wild ancestors who had to hunt, fight and defend their territory to survive. They didn't have group chats or passive-aggressive emails to sort out their differences. They had claws, teeth and a very sophisticated body language. This ancient operating system is still running in your modern-day house cat. So, while you see a cute fluffball who needs his dinner at 5 p.m. sharp, he sees the world as a place of potential threats and opportunities, and his primary language for navigating this world isn't meows, it's body language. Understanding this is the key to unlocking all his weird, wonderful, and sometimes terrifying behaviours. So, let's get one thing straight. In the vast, complicated, and often sticky world of the animal kingdom, a direct, unblinking stare is basically the universal sign for you wanna go, buddy? It's not a friendly hello. It's a challenge. It's a threat display. Think about 2 lions on the savannah, 2 wolves in the forest, even 2 dudes fighting over the last pizza slice in the break room. What do? They puff up their chests and lock eyes. It's a primal power move, a way of sizing up the competition before things get, well, furry. For our cats, this instinct is cranked up to 11. They might look like cuddly loaves of bread, but inside that fluffy exterior beats the heart of a tiny, ferocious predator. And for that predator, a staring contest is the first step in a battle for survival, territory, or the best spot on the couch. It's a silent negotiation where the stakes are incredibly high, and blinking first means you lose. It's deeply ingrained in their DNA, a holdover from a time when life was a lot more eat or be eaten. Now try to see the world from your cat's perspective for a second. You are a giant, a friendly, can-opening, litter-scooping giant, but a giant nonetheless. You are 5 to 10 times their height and weigh, well, let's just say significantly more. When this colossal being leans down and fixes its huge, unblinking eyes on them, their ancient predator brain doesn't think, oh, my human loves me so much. It screams, code red! Giant predator is targeting me! Initiate escape protocol or prepare for battle. It's an incredibly intimidating experience for them. Imagine if a creature the size of a T-Rex leaned down and stared directly into your eyes without blinking. You wouldn't be thinking about cuddles, would you? You'd be thinking about where to run. This is why a nervous or shy cat will almost always bolt if you try to make direct eye contact. It's just too much pressure from a creature of your immense, godlike stature. You're not being affectionate, you're being terrifying. It's super important to remember this isn't personal. Your cat isn't trying to be rude or antisocial when they avoid your gaze. They're not thinking, ugh, I can't even look at this human right now. They are operating on pure, unadulterated instinct. This behaviour is hardwired into their brains over thousands of years of evolution. The cats who were cautious, who didn't challenge larger animals, and who were experts at reading threatening signals, were the ones who survived to pass on their genes. Your cat is the descendant of a long line of incredibly successful survivors, so when they flinch or turn away from your stare, they are simply following the ancient survival guide that's written in their very being. It's a beautiful testament to their heritage, even if it feels like a personal rejection in the moment. They can't help it any more than we can help flinching when something flies unexpectedly toward our face. It's a reflex, not a reflection on your relationship. So what does a stare down mean when it's between two cats? It's even more intense. It's the feline equivalent of a Wild West duel at high noon. The two cats will lock eyes, their bodies tense and low to the ground. It's a silent, high-stakes game of chicken. They are assessing each other, communicating dominance and aggression without a single sound. The first one to look away is essentially saying, "Okay, you win, I submit, this territory is yours." If neither cat backs down, that's when the staring contest escalates. You'll hear the low growls, the hissing, and then the fur flies. This is why introducing new cats can be so tricky. Humans often want to force them together, but the cats are busy having a very serious, very silent and very stressful negotiation with their eyes. The stare is the final warning before a physical fight breaks out. It's their way of trying to resolve conflict without getting hurt, but if the warning is ignored, things can get ugly fast. It's a high-drama, non-verbal showdown for the ages. Let's talk about pupil power because the eyes are truly the window to a cat's soul, or at least their immediate intentions. A cat's pupils can change dramatically in an instant, and they are a massive clue to their emotional state. When a cat is feeling aggressive, threatened or fearful, their pupils will often dilate, becoming large and round. This allows more light to enter, helping them see every detail of the potential threat. So, if you are staring at your cat and you see their pupils suddenly expand into giant black holes, that is a big, flashing neon sign that says, "I am freaking out." It's the ultimate tell. Conversely, when they are feeling aggressive and are about to attack, their pupils might constrict into thin slits to focus precisely on their target. Combining a direct stare with either of these pupil changes is an unmistakable signal. It's your cat screaming at you in their own language, and it's crucial that you listen and back off before you get a claw-shaped reminder. Okay, time for a quick mythbuster. I can hear some of you typing in the comments right now, but my cat stares at me all the time, and we're best friends. And you're probably right. This is where we need to understand the difference between a hard stare and a soft gaze. A hard stare is what we've been talking about. Unblinking, intense, with a tense body posture. It's the "I challenge you to a duel" look. A soft gaze, however, is completely different. The cat's eyes will be relaxed, maybe a little squinty. Their eyelids will be droopy, and they will blink often and slowly. Their whole body will be relaxed. No tense muscles, no twitching tail. This is not a threat. This is a look of trust and contentment. Your cat feels safe and comfortable with you. They're just looking at you. Maybe they're wondering when dinner is. Maybe they're admiring your excellent choice of sweatpants. The key is in the context and the overall relaxation of their body. So don't panic every time your cat looks in your direction. Eye contact in the cat world is also deeply tied to social hierarchy and dominance. In a multi-cat household, you can often figure out who the top cat is just by watching their interactions. The dominant cat can often maintain eye contact longer and may use a hard stare to assert its status over other cats. The more submissive cat will be the one to break eye contact first and look away, signalling that they accept the other cat's higher rank. It's a way of maintaining peace and order without constantly fighting. So, when you, the giant human, engage in a staring contest, you are inadvertently inserting yourself into this complex social negotiation. You are, in their eyes, making a power play. You're saying, "I am the dominant one here," which, to be fair, you are. But for a timid or insecure cat, this can be extremely stressful. For a bold and confident cat, it might be an invitation to challenge your authority, which is why they might swat at you. They are saying, Oh yeah, we'll see who's boss around here, can opener. Remember, a stare is just one word in a much longer sentence. To truly understand what your cat is saying, you need to look at their entire body. Are their ears flattened back against their head? That's a classic sign of fear or aggression. Are they perked forward and listening? They're curious. Is their tail twitching erratically at the tip? They're annoyed or overstimulated. Is it held high with a little question mark curve at the end? They're happy and confident. Is their fur standing on end, making them look like a Halloween decoration? Back away slowly. A hard stare combined with flattened ears, a twitching tail, and a low growl is a clear and unambiguous threat. But a soft gaze paired with a purr, a high tail, and kneading paws is a declaration of love. You have to be a detective and look at all the clues together. Don't just focus on the eyes. Read the whole cat. It will save you from a lot of misunderstandings and a few scratches. Now, after all this talk about danger and threats, let's get to the good stuff. What is the exception to the rule? I've already mentioned the soft gaze, which is the foundation of positive eye contact. This is when your cat looks at you with relaxed, half-closed eyes. They're not trying to intimidate you. They're simply observing you with a sense of calm and trust. They feel so safe in your presence that they don't need to be on high alert. This is a huge compliment in the cat world. They are letting their guard down around you, which goes against every single one of their survival instincts. It's a sign that they view you not as a potential threat, but as a source of safety and comfort, a member of their trusted social group. Cherish these moments. This is the look you want to cultivate. It's the visual equivalent of a warm hug, and the foundation for the most magical form of cat communication there is. And that magical communication is, of course, the slow blink. If you're a cat person, you've probably heard of this. The slow blink is the holy grail of feline affection. It's often called a cat kiss, and that's exactly what it is. When a cat looks at you with a soft gaze and then slowly closes and opens their eyes, they are communicating trust, affection, and contentment in the most profound way they know how. By closing their eyes in your presence, even for a moment, they are making themselves vulnerable. They are saying, I trust you so much that I am willing to break eye contact and lower my defenses because I know you will not harm me. It is the ultimate sign of friendship and peace. It's the opposite of the hard, unblinking stare of a predator. It's a deliberate, thoughtful gesture that bridges the communication gap between our species. Getting a slow blink from your cat is a truly special moment. It means you've earned their ultimate trust. The best part about the slow blink, you can do it back. This is one of the few times we can speak cat and have them actually understand us. So, how do you do it without looking like you have something in your eye? First, wait for a moment when your cat is calm and relaxed, maybe looking at you with that soft gaze we talked about. Next, meet their gaze softly. Don't stare intensely. Then slowly and deliberately, close your eyes for a couple of seconds and then slowly open them again. You can even do a little smile with your eyes. The key is to be slow and relaxed. Don't do it quickly or aggressively. Think sleepy and content. More often than not, if the cat is in a receptive mood, they will slow blink right back at you. It's an incredible feeling, like sharing a secret handshake. You are actively telling your cat, in their own language, I am not a threat. I trust you. I love you. It's a powerful tool for bonding, especially with a shy or fearful cat. Here's a counterintuitive tip for making friends with a cat. Politely ignore them. Seriously, one of the best ways to build trust, especially with a new or timid cat, is to consciously avert your gaze. When you enter a room where the cat is, don't immediately make a beeline for them and stare. Instead, come in, maybe sit down somewhere, and just go about your business. Glance at them, give them a slow blink if you can, and then look away. By breaking eye contact and not focusing on them, you are communicating in perfect cat etiquette that you are not a threat. You are a calm, predictable presence in their environment. This gives the cat the space and security to observe you on their own terms. They can approach you when they feel ready. This non-threatening behavior is incredibly reassuring to them. You're showing them respect in their language, and they will appreciate you for it. So next time you meet a new cat, try playing it cool. The power of a polite ignore is real. It's interesting to compare this with dogs, who are often our other furry frame of reference. For the most part, dogs are very different. They have been domesticated for much longer and have been specifically bred to cooperate and communicate with humans. For many dogs, direct eye contact, especially with their owner, is a sign of bonding and affection. That loving gaze releases oxytocin, the love hormone, in both the dog and the human. However, even with dogs, a hard, confrontational stare from a stranger can be interpreted as a threat. But with cats, that threat level is just naturally set much, much higher. They retain more of their solitary, wild instincts. They weren't bred to work in packs with us. They sort of agreed to a mutually beneficial roommate situation. So, you can't apply dog logic to a cat. They are running on completely different software, and their user manual is a lot more complicated. Have you ever wondered why cats always seem to go to the one person in the room who is allergic or claims to hate cats? It's not because they're trying to be ironic little jerks, although that's a fun theory. It's because that person is unknowingly speaking perfect cat language. The person who doesn't like cats won't be trying to get their attention. They won't be cooing at them, reaching for them, or, most importantly, staring at them. They will be actively ignoring the cat. From the cat's point of view, this person is the calmest, safest, most non-threatening human in the entire room. Everyone else is a giant, loud predator making aggressive eye contact. The cat hater is a beacon of tranquility, so the cat naturally gravitates towards them thinking, finally, someone who gets it, someone who respects my personal space. It's a hilarious and perfect example of feline psychology in action. If you want to make friends with a cat, act like you don't care. Let me tell you about my friend's cat, a fluffy Persian named Duchess who looks like a disgruntled cloud. My friend, Mark, had just adopted her and was trying so hard to bond. One evening, Duchess was sitting on the back of the sofa, and Mark decided it was a perfect moment for some soul gazing. He knelt down, got right at her eye level, and just stared. He thought he was beaming love vibes at her. Duchess, however, interpreted this as a declaration of war over the sovereign territory of the sofa. Her pupils went wide, her ears went flat, and she let out a hiss that sounded like a deflating tire. Mark, not understanding, just kept staring. So Duchess did what any self-respecting queen would do when faced with such insolence. She reached out with one fluffy paw, claws fully extended, and delivered a perfect lightning-fast slap right across Mark's nose. The message was received. No more staring contest with the Duchess. The sofa was hers. Here's another classic scenario. My sister had a party, and her friend Chloe absolutely adored cats. My sister's cat, a shy tabby named Milo, was hiding under a chair. Chloe, determined to win him over, got down on the floor, army crawled towards the chair, and started making intense eye contact while whispering, "Hey, kitty, kitty!" From Milo's perspective, a giant predator was stalking him, preparing to pounce. He was absolutely petrified. The more Chloe stared and tried to be friendly, the further Milo wedged himself under the chair, his eyes like saucers. Finally, he saw an opening shot out from under the chair like a rocket and disappeared into the bedroom for the rest of the night. Chloe was heartbroken, wondering what she did wrong. She had the best of intentions, but she was speaking the language of a predator, not a friend. She learned a valuable lesson that day. When it comes to cats, less is definitely more. So, what if the roles are reversed and your cat is the one staring at you? It's not always a threat, of course. You need to become a stare interpreter. First, check the time. Is it close to breakfast or dinner? If so, you are not being stared at. You are being willed. Your cat is using its telepathic powers to force you to get up and fill the food bowl. This is the "I'm about to starve to death" stare. It's very effective. Sometimes the stare is a request for attention. Maybe they want to play, or maybe their favourite spot on your lap is currently occupied by a laptop. Check their body language. Is the stare accompanied by a purr, a meow, or some head-butting? That's a clear "pet me now" signal. Of course, there's also the stare they give you right before they launch into the 3 a.m. zoomies. That one is less of a request and more of a warning. Chaos is coming. It's also important to distinguish the confrontational stare from the laser-focused stare. This one is all about their hunting instincts. You'll see it when your cat spots a bug on the wall, a bird outside the window, or the elusive red dot from a laser pointer. Their body goes completely still, their eyes lock onto the target, and they might do that little butt wiggle right before they pounce. Their pupils will likely be dilated to take in every detail of their prey. This is not directed at you, unless you are in fact a bug on the wall. This is pure, unadulterated predator mode. It's a fascinating glimpse into their wild nature. So if your cat is intensely staring at a point on the ceiling above your head, don't panic and assume it's a ghost. They probably just saw a really interesting dust bunny, or it's a ghost. With cats, you never really know. What about kittens? Are they born knowing this complex eye contact etiquette? Not entirely. Kittens learn a lot about social behaviour from their mother and litter mates. They learn bite inhibition through play fighting, and they also learn the basics of cat body language. As they grow, their instincts kick in more strongly. As a cat parent, you can help them form positive associations with your face and eyes from a young age. When you interact with your kitten, make a habit of using soft gazes and lots of slow blinks. Avoid staring directly at them when they are in a playful attack mood. This teaches them that your eyes are a source of comfort and affection, not a threat. By starting early and consistently using positive, non-threatening eye language, you can help ensure your kitten grows into a confident, well-adjusted adult cat who understands that your look is one of love, not a challenge for territory. Ultimately, understanding this one simple rule is about respect. In human culture, looking away can sometimes be seen as rude or dishonest. In cat culture, it's the exact opposite. Averting your gaze is the ultimate sign of respect. It tells a cat, I see you, I acknowledge you, and I am not a threat to you. It gives them agency and makes them feel secure in their own home. By choosing not to engage in a staring contest, you are deferring to their need for safety and validating their instincts. It's a small gesture for you, but it's a massive signal of peace and goodwill to them. So, the next time you lock eyes with your cat, be the first to look away, or soften your gaze and offer a slow blink. You'll not only avoid an accidental declaration of war, but you'll also be telling them, I love you, in a language they truly understand. So there you have it. The secret behind the feline death stare is finally revealed. It's not that your cat hates you. It's that your loving gaze gets lost in translation and comes out as a primal battle cry. Now you know that the key to your cat's heart isn't through an intense stare down, but through the gentle, loving and respectful language of the slow blink. Our cats are weird, complicated little creatures. They knock things off shelves for fun, scream for food when their bowl is half full, and sleep in the most uncomfortable positions imaginable. But despite all their quirks, we absolutely adore them. Understanding them just makes that bond even stronger. If this video helped you decode your fluffy overlord, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe for more cat secrets, and share it with a fellow cat parent who might be accidentally threatening their pet. And for our final question, what's the weirdest thing you've ever caught your cat staring at? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching and give your cat a slow blink from us. Bye.